feel like I've been slipping up, feeling like I haven't did enough. Haven't really been feeling up. No, I know I'm not giving up, not giving up, not giving up. Lately feel like I've been slipping up, feeling like my habits switching up. But I know I'm not giving up. I'm just trying to survive. I feel so alive, I feel it inside. It's all in my mind. Damn, I feel alive, damn, I feel alive. But now I'm feeling like living life on a day shift, trying to make ends. Treat my money like my time is money, save it all, I'm not wasting. I'm stationed, just waiting, I'm patient, not lazy. My thoughts all racing, my mind is hazy. So I'm just taking time, overthinking how I'ma play it out. Gotta face it on some real shit. My brother was an athlete, but sadly shit changed up real quick. 10 years haven't walked on the zone, that's the shit my mama deal with. That's why I'm in the booth, all in pursuit, got me on my Will Smith. Know I got my low points, but I'm sober, so I get high real quick. Like it only take a little bit. Never worry about the little shit, cause I ain't wasting no time. Damn, lately feel like I've been slipping up, feeling like I haven't did enough. Haven't really been feeling up. No, I know I'm not giving up, not giving up, not giving up. Lately feel like I've been slipping up, feeling like my habits switching up. But I know I'm not giving up. I'm just trying to survive. I feel so alive, I feel it inside. It's all in my mind. Damn, I feel alive, damn, I feel alive. But now I'm feeling like trying to stay afloat, working hard on a night shift. And I might quit, but devices in my vice grip, feel my vices, trying to fight it, but never mind it. Now she on some high and by shit, wanna try shit. Psst, I'ma be a high shit, even though I don't like it. But big ups to her, and if I can do it all for a second time, I would never put it first. But even that wouldn't work. That sound like the shit I tell myself so I wouldn't hurt. Feeling nothing, so do you worse. Damn, lately feel like I've been slipping. I can feel the friction when I started tripping. I've been going fishing, drowning in my vision, down my existence, changing up position. I'm just guys when it's ain't down with it, no. Need forgiveness, yeah. Not for fitting, no, never finished, so I don't give a damn. Lately feel like I've been slipping up, feeling like I haven't did enough. Haven't really been feeling up. No, I know I'm not giving up, not giving up, not giving up. Lately feel like I've been slipping up, feeling like my habits switching up. But I know I'm not giving up. I'm just trying to survive. I feel so alive, I feel it inside. It's all in my mind. Damn, I feel alive, damn, I feel alive. But now I feel the light.
Sometimes I can be ungrateful. Hate when you make me wait, it's a late call. Pressure on my brain, most people it would break schools. Couldn't tell you what I ended up at your place for. I can ride so gracefully. Late nights here is the place to be. I could ride so gracefully. gracefully. Just wait and see. So gracefully. I could write so. I could write so. I could write so gracefully. I could write so gracefully. Wait and see. Each morning it's a new curse. Now I gotta text you. Now you gotta do work. I used to spend a weekend eating rustlers. I'm pretty marmite. Some days Dijon mustard. I'm back from Sands. Now we gotta make plans. Turn her back on love. Still gotta build brands. Can't deal with me. Not for witty clapbacks. Calls me rude. Full of shit chat. Back chat. I don't get how things got so complicated. It's weird, man. Lips in the lift. Then shit escalated. It happens. I feel morally obligated. I feel morally obligated. I feel morally obligated. So gracefully.
Already tried so many times, holding on to what I feel. When you are all I know is real, then I would never see it clear. Holding on to what we got, I should be afraid you won't be my own. Wow. I don't wanna waste your time playing all these games. You're not a fucking ball. Wow, wait for me, I'm on the road. I am faded on the snow. You're the realest that I know. You're the one I really want. Catch me out, I'm on the road. Can't look at myself all alone. Nothing left now, I'm a ghost. Nothing left now, I'm a ghost. I'll be on my shit, on my face, yeah. Charlie's not my friend, I end up out of place, yeah. Rolling in the wind and you don't play, yeah. Already on your way, when I come back to your place, yeah. I'll be on my shit, on my face, yeah. Charlie's not my friend, I end up out of place, yeah. Rolling in the wind and you don't play, yeah. Already on your way, when I come back to your place, wow. Already tried so many times, holding on to what I feel. When you are all I know is real, then I will never see it clear.
Is this my gift?
I get excited when you come over and tell me that you'll be ready to fight it. I know we got one thing in mind, baby, we both got life. Keep me with one thing in mind, yeah. I just wanna be around, I just wanna be bad, I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around, I just wanna be bad, I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around you. Loving the way that you're making me feel. Got me coming to these boys, I swear you were all I could feel. You get a little crazy, yeah, yeah. Over your head, ooh, baby, right there, you really make me feel. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I know what you don't know, and it feels like it's baby, I can promise you go one more. Body ready, baby, explore. We too busy in the bed to be worrying about the time. Oh, tell me that you want me, yeah. Tell me that you want me, yeah. Tell me that you want me.
What is this feeling I'm feeling right now? I swear it can't be LOVE. No way, no how. I barely even trust you. So how can I say I love you? Started with me in her phone late nights. I was texting, I was calling. She was stalling cause I never got a reply. She lied when she said that she was all in. I believed it for a second, but that was only for a second. I ain't even really stressed. Lord knows she gon' miss a blessing. Girl, I got a question. Bitch, do you think that I'm stupid? You want me to fall in love? Bitch, do I look like you? Excuse my French, baby, I ain't mean to call you bitch. Baby, cause my mind is polluted, cause you fucking lied to me. All this time that I'm losing means a whole lot to me, for real. She always texts my phone when she out around 3 a.m. on some drunk shit. And I always reply, what you doing out at this time on some dumb shit. And then she don't reply, so that forces me to make assumptions. She said that she got my back, but I know that she just be fronting. Why love, I know you don't love nobody. Love, I know you don't love nobody. Why love, I know you don't love nobody. But oh, how I love your body, baby.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. It's Uncle Lou here. That's right, it's me, Uncle Lou. Live here on Lou 2 today. Thanks for tuning in the morning show with me, Uncle Lou. I think we have 3 people calling in today. I don't know. It's weird how this works. We'll go like a week, no one wants to come on the show, and then all of a sudden 3 people want to come on the same day. But that's fine. We'll bring them all on. Caleb, Golden Blue Dude, and RODGE. Text me. He's been working a lot lately. I guess he's off today. Just come on for a little while. So, sounds good to me. The less you have to listen to me, the better. Am I right? Yeah. You guys been to ESPN today? Website, I mean. Where is this? There you go. Their main story right on the college football homepage on ESPN. If you saw the video I made about Rush Probst, but it didn't make any sense because I was just ranting and raving, read this article. It details all the stuff I was talking about. This human piece of doo-doo, Rush Probst. Go ahead and read that article if you want to. Hell, Rush Probst is probably loving this. I'm on the front page of ESPN. Of course, he's signed an affidavit saying basically he made it up. But anyway, I thought that was funny. I always pull this up in the morning just to see if something has happened that I missed. Which apparently nothing has happened because this list of headlines right here has been the exact same since Friday. Mac Brown gets a raise at North Carolina. Charleston Southern wide receiver. Parents want answers because Oregon State canceled the tournament game. New bowl game for HBCU teams. LSU in trouble still. Couldn't you write an article every single day about LSU being in trouble? It seems like they've just been in trouble for 3 years straight. We talked about this a week and a half ago. Tennessee pauses team activities due to COVID. They had to delay their spring practice. We talked about this was on here a week and a half ago, still on here. Literally nothing. And this doesn't make any sense either because almost every team in America is right in the middle of their spring practices. I'm not sure what's going on over at ESPN. Every one of these headlines right here should be a spring practice story about some team or some player on a team or some position battle on some team somewhere, or how a team that has a new coach is looking in spring practice. Like every one of these headlines should be spring practice headlines. I don't understand what ESPN's doing here. If you want to find news about spring practice about your team, you have to search team specific sites, which is fine for me to try to look up Georgia information. You know, I can go to Georgia's Saturday Down South page or Georgia's 24/7 page or any of a number of just Georgia pages, Dog Post, whatever. But man, that sure does make it hard to find just news in general about, teams. You know, I have to go to every damn team page now if I want to find information. Bottom line, ESPN's just dropping the ball. It seems like every one of their headline writers or news writers has just been on vacation for a week straight. These headlines have not changed in a week. And again, that's fine if we're talking about the middle of May or something, and there's literally nothing going on. There's no practices, there's no camps, there's no recruiting. But we're in the middle of spring practice, and I know people say all the time, well, it's just spring practice. You know, look at you talking about practice. You can't take anything you see from spring practice doesn't mean anything. Some of that might be partly true, but we're football fans. Spring practice is the closest thing we get to football other than actual football. So I don't know. It just seems like ESPN's dropping the ball here to me. I mean, would it kill ESPN to put up a couple of spring practice articles? I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So I don't know. I'm going to make a video today about Georgia's first week. Georgia's first week of spring practice. We've been hit by the injury bug already. Kenny McIntosh. And I don't know, when you read it didn't sound good when you read about it, and it could be out for several months, could even maybe impact the start of the season. So he's not our every down back or anything like that, but man, he's I guess, how would you describe him? Kind of a role player, Kenny McIntosh. But man, he's real fast. They like to do a lot of things with him, getting him on the outside. They line him up. They line him up in the slot sometimes. Some jet motion type stuff with him. He's good out of the backfield as far as catching the ball and stuff like that. But he's not. It's not Zamir White or James. I guess where would you put Kendall McIntosh? I mean, honestly, I would put him 5th. Can't believe I'm saying that. He's pretty. He may wind up in the NFL. I mean, he has a very particular set of skills, like Liam Neeson from Taken. But I think Kendall Milton's the best running back we have. Zamir White, I'm assuming, is going to be the starter, but I think Kendall Milton is probably a little bit better. Then you got, who else you got? James Cook. So, I don't know. But yeah, McIntosh, it was a knee, I think. I think it was a knee. But Georgia's had 4 or 5 practices. I'm going to do a video this afternoon on sort of how it's gone so far with that. So that'll be coming out this afternoon. But anyway, what are you guys up to today? Everybody doing all right? Happy Tuesday. Got the call-in show coming up tonight, 10 p.m. On Thursdays, don't forget, Thursday we've got the championship game, too, of the disappointment playoffs featuring, I believe it's Isn't it Oregon versus Penn State? I believe it is. Elbow injury? I don't know why I thought it was a knee. Well, I guess I was half right, just wrong half of the body. Your elbow is your upper. Your elbow is the knee of the upper half of your body. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I got that half right. If it's an elbow, I'm assuming he'll be back by the start of the season, though. The Bulldogs always start slow. Let's see. How far back do I have to go to find a year where Georgia lost their first game? Kenny McIntosh is injured. Oh, I hate that too, LW. I just I don't honestly, I don't know what's worse. Paid sites where to read anything or do anything at all, you have to pay the $5 a month, or ESPN, the biggest sports organization in the world, who literally prints money. And then they hide certain articles behind a paywall, like this one. Ranking the number 2 college football recruits, Julio Jones versus Trevor Lawrence for the top spot. And you're probably thinking, what an interesting article. I'd love to read that. Well, ESPN Plus, you can't read that. Continue reading this article and more from top writers for only $5.99 a month. There's no chance, zero, that I'm paying $6 a month or $1 a month or a quarter to read any article on ESPN.com or anywhere on the internet. I don't pay for any of these news. Some newspapers still think about this. In 2021. There are newspapers that still don't publish their articles online for free. And you know what? Here's what really pisses me off. This is an ESPN Plus article that you have to pay $6 a month to read. And on top of that, you're inundated with this. A Comcast ad, a TransUnion ad. Make it one or the other. That's one thing at least YouTube has right. And believe me, there's plenty wrong with YouTube. But if you pay the $5.99 or whatever it is for YouTube Red, you don't have to watch ads. ESPN wants you to do both. They want you to pay to read their poorly written articles. And on top of that, they want to inundate you with ads at the same time. So they're making money both ways. But I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with these people that don't understand that in 2021, charging people to access your online content is not really the way to go for these people like ESPN and these people that do that. Just put the ads up. I mean, that's how 99.99999% of websites in the world make money, just by putting ads on the page. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that they're doing that. NCAA men's basketball. Is there anything going on with that? Oh, yeah, the tournament is going on. That's interesting. You know, I heard about this last night right before I came out to do the night show, and I still don't know what the hell happened. This shooting in Colorado, some grocery store or something. the police, right before I came out here to do the night show last night, the police gave some kind of press conference. It was the worst press conference I've ever seen. They came out and they're like, there's victims. One of the victims is a police officer. There's multiple victims. One of them is a police officer. There's multiple fatalities. One person is injured. He's at the hospital. The suspect is injured. He's in custody. And there's multiple fatalities. Well, the obvious question, how many? How many people are, how many people got killed? We don't know. You don't know? How do you not know? You have the guy in custody. Walk up and down every aisle in the grocery store and start counting. I mean, I hate to trivialize it, but it was really one of the worst press conferences I've ever seen. So anyway, then I had to come out here. So I don't know. Does this tell us more about what happened? 10 people, including the police officer who was the first to respond to the scene. Police arrested a suspect but didn't reveal his name or any details about the shooting. Damn, 10 people. So I don't know much. Like I said, I really just heard about this before I came out to do the night show last night. So I don't know much more about it. And this is an article about the Colorado men's basketball team. It just happens to mention the shooting. So it doesn't give much information about the shooting. It gives more information than that press conference did, though. It does say that 10 people were killed. Oh, anyway. Y'all aren't even seeing it. Sorry. I don't know. Golden Blue Dude, thank you for hitting the super chat, sir, and supporting LouTube and supporting small business. I hear people talking all the time about how important small business is in America. I couldn't agree more. LouTube is a small business, and it's a great business to support. Thank you, Golden Blue Dude. I really appreciate that. He says, please don't start piling up injuries. First year, I've confidently picked Georgia to make the playoffs. Injuries are terrible. Injuries and arrests. Can we please avoid those? That would just be amazing. That would just be amazing. LouTube Incorporated. It's actually LouTube LLC. Yeah, Uncle. Thank you, J-Dub. Small business is the backbone of America. I hear that on the news all the time. Small business is the backbone of America. If small business is the backbone of America, I'm a vertebrae. So support small business. Support LouTube. Thank you. That's my commercial. That's my commercial for the day. Speaking of supporting small business, Mike Reiser has hit the PayPal link this morning. Thank you, Mike Reiser. I hope this is the joke of the day. Mike Reiser says, what is a polygon? A dead parrot. Oh. Polly want a cracker? Is there anybody in the chat that's willing to admit that they currently or ever have had a pet bird? Anyone willing to admit that they've ever had or currently have a pet bird? If you have a pet bird, or honestly, even if you've ever had a pet bird, I would love you to come on the show and talk to us about that. I feel like that would be an interesting conversation to have. You ever known anybody with pet birds? To me, if somebody has pet birds, to me, I'm like, okay, this person's a little off. I'm just being honest. Now, I haven't known very many people with pet birds, so I could be wrong. And they're, if you have a pet bird, I'm sure you're a very normal, well-adjusted human being. I'm just saying, in general, to me, if having a pet bird to me is kind of like the old lady that has 9 cats or something. It seems like an attempt at it seems like a poor attempt at a solution to loneliness. And maybe that's just because birds are annoying to me with the I don't like the noises that birds make. They're aggravating to me. Now, listen, I'm not throwing anybody under. How many animals do I have? I mean, I literally have to sit here and think and count on my fingers to figure it out. 3. I have 7 animals, so I'm not. There's something wrong with me too. It's not normal to have 7 animals, and I don't live on a farm. If you have 7 animals, you should live on a farm. So believe me, I'm the most messed up person on this entire stream. Believe that. So this isn't me living in a glass house and throwing stones. I do think people that have birds are weird, though. Well, maybe the people aren't weird. I just think having a pet bird is weird. Maybe that's a better way to put it. But I have 7 animals. They all live in the house. This is why I spend so much time out here. 7. Two of them are full-grown labs. One of the labs weighs about 140 pounds. The other one weighs right at 100. 7. It costs more to feed our animals than it does to feed our family. That's just facts. Yeah, Jesse weighs 140 pounds. He looks like he is solid. He's thick and solid. There's no, how dogs have extra skin? You can pinch their skin and pull it up like 6 inches off their body. Not him. His skin is like a wetsuit. I mean, he is so thick and solid. I'll have to maybe try to take some pictures or something and show y'all if I can remember. But he's huge. So believe me, there's nothing normal about me. But I do think I've always just thought it's weird to have pet birds. I don't know. TikTok Chess Hall. Supporting small business. Thank you, TikTok Chess Hall. He says, I'm glad to be a part of LouTube LLC. Thank you. LouTube LLC is lucky to have you, Chess Hall. Scott says cat people scare him. Yeah, we have 2 cats. 2. We have 3 dogs, 2 cats, and 2 guinea pigs, I think. I think they're guinea pigs, not hamsters or gerbils. I think they're guinea pigs. They're my daughters. So big old hairy cojones. 98. Look into manscaping, sir. Google manscaping. Big old hairy cojones. Google manscaping. Thank you for the super chat, though. He says, why can't I ever get a bag of cash from McDonald's? Because you're not a 3-star recruit, sir. You have to be a 3-star recruit in order to get a bag at Tennessee. So that's the answer to that question. All right, I think Caleb is on the line. The other, y'all can call in whenever you want. RODGE and Golden Blue Dude, call in whenever you want. It's the show number. Call the show number.
Yeah, good morning, Lou.
No. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
What are you selling?
How are you this morning?
What are you selling?
What am I selling?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm selling much of nothing.
You're not on here to sell anything?
No, not at all.
Do you want to sell yourself?
Maybe.
All right. Tell us about yourself. Make me want to buy it. Make me want to invest in you. Go.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody. I'm Caleb, and I was at the Slob Olympics, though, and I've been a long-time listener. I'm a great guy, and, well, yeah, that's pretty much about it.
So you just summed up your entire life by telling us that you're a great guy who went to the Slob Olympics.
Yes, because that's a less detailed description.
Right. Unfortunately for you, this is your first time being on the morning show, and you're just not going to get off that easy. So you're going to have to tell us a lot about yourself, like which team you root for, why, height and weight, as well as shoe size. You don't have to give your exact age if you don't want to, but you can give us a generalization. Are you in school? Are you in college? Are you homeschooled? Did you drop out in 4th grade to join the fair? Or whatever stuff like that. We'll start with those questions there. Go ahead.
Okay, so my favorite team would be Georgia, of course. You know, that's the only right one. And September 4th, Tater, we're coming for you. Height and weight would be, I think, 5'6" for height, and then weight probably around, I'm sure I'm no more than like 100 pounds soaking wet. Let's see. I'm in high school right now. I'm doing online.
Because of COVID, or?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
yes, sir, somewhat.
All right.
Somewhat. Yeah, I mean, it was more like a universal decision because I was thinking about playing. I do play baseball. I was thinking about playing baseball because I played my freshman year, but I decided not to. And just stick at home for this whole 10th grade year.
Okay. Yeah. So the school district you're in, they gave students the choice because that's what they did here. You could either.
Yes.
You could school from home, or you could choose to do from school. So you chose to do from home for this year. So that's that. So
Yeah, and
so
then
but you
I'm
haven't
15.
always.
Yes.
This isn't a Ballard situation. Like you haven't always homeschooled. You've been in school.
Yeah, no. I've always went to school.
All right.
Yes.
Great.
This is the first time I've done it.
And you live in Georgia?
Yes, sir. Central Georgia, to be exact.
That's amazing. I live in the central Savannah River area, so.
I got you.
So that's good news. What else did I ask you?
Age.
Oh yeah, well,
15.
15. Okay, great. So so because you said you're in 10th grade there, that's amazing. Siblings in that?
I've got one older sister who's 25. She has 2 kids.
Oh, so you're an uncle?
Yes, I am indeed.
Doesn't it make you waking up every morning knowing you're an uncle? Doesn't it just put a little giddy up in your step? It does for me.
Yes, it does, man. It's definitely it's a joy.
When you first found this channel and you were like, Uncle Lou, wait, I'm an uncle too. Is that kind of what drew you to this channel, that we have that in common, that we're both uncles?
I've actually been watching you before, a little while before they were born, so no, because my nephew is he's about 3, and then my niece is about, I believe she's 2. So yeah, I've been watching a little bit before them, but otherwise I would say yes.
So you were such an Uncle Lou fan that you decided to become an uncle.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, there you go.
That
would be it.
I'm very humbled by that.
Yes.
That is really something serious. I'm glad you decided to take the leap, and I'm sure it's working out quite well for you.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to bring RODGE on too. Of course, what calls himself Jesse J. He also actually everybody that's coming on was at the Slob Olympics. Now, were you watching Lunch Money last night?
I was indeed, sir.
Okay, let's see if RODGE was watching Lunch Money last night. RODGE.
Yeah, Roger, Lou, and people, what's going on?
RODGE.
What's up, buddy? We got Caleb is on too. He was the spelling bee guy at the Slob Olympics.
Yeah, I shouted him out in one of my videos yesterday, and shout out to his pops, Joel. I sat over there with him for a little while, talking to him. He's a pretty cool dude.
Okay, good. And now we got one more Slob Olympian to add on. This guy's a West Virginia fan. What calls himself Gold and Blue Dude. Let's see what he's talking about. Yeah. Good morning, though.
Good morning, Uncle Lou. How's it going?
It's going great. Now, Caleb weighs. Caleb, you said you weigh 100 pounds. Is that right?
Yeah, a little bit over that, maybe like 108, 110, somewhere around there.
So, do you think you weigh more or less than Gold and Blue Dude?
Maybe. Probably less, to be honest. I'm going to give him that.
He was a little taller than you, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Correct.
Yeah. Do you think when you grow up, you might weigh as much as Gold and Blue Dude?
When I grow up, I want to be just like Gold and Blue Dude, so probably.
Okay. Great. Gold and Blue Man, what's going on with you, buddy?
Oh, not much. I'm maintaining my 115, 120 frame.
I understand.
Well, I'm catching up then. I might even be above that with all the food I'm eating.
Yeah.
Well, y'all saw my son. He's already freaking past me.
So, did y'all hear the breaking news towards the end of the Lunch Money show last night involving the Slob Olympics?
Yeah, I watched it this morning. Me and old Big Lee, we always talk in the mornings and shit like that since we up before everybody. And I ended up watching it this morning and heard. Yeah, when y'all get it nailed down, man, let me know or whatever, so I can go ahead and get my shit booked, man, and get on up there. And I'll get up there a couple of days earlier.
Yeah.
Don't think I won't be Jim Cornette up there and be promoting this thing.
Well,
Same here.
Which one of y'all?
I did not hear about it.
You didn't hear?
Twisted up in March Madness.
Oh, okay.
No, March Madness has me twisted up.
All right. Well, Rod, you want to give the good news to Gold and Blue Dude and anybody else watching who may not have been watching the Lunch Money show last night?
Yeah, we're gonna have this thing in Pigeon Forge next year, y'all. So
Nice.
We're gonna get it nailed down up in Tennessee. It's not that far. It's not far at all. I think it may be 2.5 hours from my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, Lou, you live about a little over an hour and a half from me, so I think it's going to be a good thing. It's a good location for everybody. It's beautiful up there. We got to figure out what time of the year we're going to have it, but yeah, that's what we're going to be meeting up doing this all over again in 2022, people.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out
Both of these locations, awesome.
we're gonna figure out the rest of the details in April, as far as the exact dates that it's gonna be, and the we're gonna find a hotel. I mean, but it's gonna be like last time. Not that everybody has to stay at that hotel. These people can stay wherever they want, but we're gonna find one hotel that we can tell people, hey, you might stay here if you want. This is where a bunch of us are going to be, that kind of thing, and the exact date. So as soon as we get those two things nailed down, which will be in April, then that's when we'll make up the little flyers, the things that everybody can put up on their live streams like we did last time. But yeah, 2022 Slob Olympics live from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, BVD's backyard, so to speak. We did the first one in Atlanta, which is in Georgia, of course. So we decided, in honor of BVD, we will do this second one in Tennessee. And Pigeon Forge seemed to be the most popular suggestion of places to do it. Knoxville, Chattanooga, and Nashville, but it seemed like the majority of people kept saying Pigeon Forge. So we decided to do it there. So 2022 Slob Olympics live in Pigeon Forge. The exact dates and the hotel information will be provided at a later date. That later date being sometime during the month of April. So there you go. Tell all your friends.
You know what's crazy, Uncle Lou?
Let me know.
You know what's crazy, Uncle Lou? I live near Clemson, South Carolina, so both those locations that y'all have picked has been perfect. It was like an hour and a half, hour and 45 to Atlanta, and Pigeon Forge only like 2.5. So I love it.
Yeah, it's a nice area.
That's a good spot.
And I don't, like I said, I don't know yet when we're gonna do it. But it'll probably be sometime, or it's not going to be in the middle of the summer. It's not going to be in June or July. There's too many people take family vacations and do other things. It's probably going to be sometime in March again, because that just seems like a pretty convenient time for the most amount of people. Keep in mind, everybody, there's no weekend we can pick that's perfect for everybody. So what we do is we take suggestions from as many people as we can, and then the two or three of us, me, BVD, and Pete, somebody has to at some point just make a decision, and that's how we do it. We try to take input as far as where to have it, when to have it, what events to have. We take suggestions and input from all over the place, but when it comes down to it, the smaller group of people that you have to make the decision, the easier it becomes. Yeah, go ahead.
Location is fine, perfect. But as far as like time of the year, I would kind of push out of March a little bit, simply because it's going to be cold in Pigeon Forge in March. I would go for I would suggest, now y'all make the decision, but I would suggest more like maybe late April type. Avoid the spring break, all that stuff. But, we'll be freezing our balls off if we go in March.
Yeah, well, like I said, duly noted. So.
Yeah, they'll take all that into consideration when they talk, I mean, it's not like they just going to pick a date and they're just,
I mean, if we do it,
we're going to do it right, We're going to do it right.
If we do it the first Saturday in April, or the second Saturday in April, there's going to be people that complain that that's Masters Week. If we do it the third Saturday in April, there's going to be people complain that their team's spring game is on that. You have a lot of spring games every Saturday in April. And there's no perfect time. So, and in March it might be a little bit too cold. That also is true. So I don't know. Maybe we do it towards the end of March. I don't know what the dates are, and it's not up to just me. Like I said, we're going to take all suggestions, including the one you made. The only thing I know for sure, it won't be done during Masters Week, because there are too many people in this area of the United States whose kids are out of school. That a lot of people take vacations during Masters Week down here. Spring break is Masters Week everywhere around here. And I don't just mean Augusta. I think Pete's same way, and he lives all the way over in Charleston. So it won't be Masters Week for sure. which is the first full week of April. And it won't be June, July, or August because too many people take vacations already during June, July, or August. So it'll probably be March or April. We'll figure it out sometime in the next couple of weeks and let everybody know what we decide.
Yeah, we wasn't even like expecting it to be as cold as it like Atlanta. I know.
Yeah, I mean, and I could go back and
we'll
check
get
the
it-
weather
we'll get it on there.
for Pigeon Forge, but I mean, there are days in March in Pigeon Forge where it's 70 degrees, and there are days in March in Pigeon Forge where it's 40 degrees. You know, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
And I would suggest that if you have a YouTube channel or you watch Uncle Lou, get your butt up there. It
amazing.
exceeded my expectations 1,000 times over. It's like, for real, it's like family. I was not expected to be treated like family. I'm new to this game, I'm relatively new. I was hoping Ballard was going to be there. I know he had to move, but yeah, I would suggest that anybody, if you possibly can, to go. It was so much fun, and the atmosphere was awesome. Exceeded my expectations. 100%.
Yeah. Oh, Ballard still got that collar around his neck being dragged around with that leash. So maybe he'll get that thing cut off next year and be able to come on up to Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time, man. I'm telling you, Lou, I think the turnout's going to be double. I mean, maybe even triple, especially having somewhere like Pigeon Forge.
yeah, I hope so. I mean,
Like I said, when y'all get that date nailed down, you let me know, because like I said, I'll book a room 2 or 3 days in advance, and I'll get somebody Rawhide, or I'll get D4 down there to come help me, or Carter, or Chess, or something. Hell, I'll go up there with a damn loudspeaker and pass out flyers, and I mean, shit. You tell me it'll be done.
yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be fun. I hope we can have a bunch of people show up again too, because that was so much fun in it.
I'll get Coke Zero to go around and pass a bunch of Cokes out. We'll put Slob Coke on it.
Well, count Kevin in then.
You know, Kevin.
Yeah. I'm going to refill my
think we can
coffee.
hit 100.
Y'all are in charge for a minute or two. I got to refill my coffee.
Oh, hell.
Oh, hell. Here we go.
Here we go.
I think we can get 100 next year. I think that's what we should go for, 100.
I'm actually.
I think it's
That
possible.
sounds good.
I'm actually going to be competing next year, so the trophy is mine.
I don't know about that, son.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Big Dog Brent he keeps doing his thing. What I don't see nobody whooping him unless somebody just comes down here and just absolutely watch the table, watch the floor.
We need to make sure we spread out in the 40-yard. That's my only suggestion. We need to spread out for the 40-yard. I made a bad decision. on that 40-yard dash. And you know what? They didn't do anything illegal. Nobody said that elbows were illegal. So, I'm not whining about it. I made the bad decision by squeezing myself between two 250-pounders. That was a bad decision on my part.
Yeah, that was.
That park up there in Pigeon Forge is nice. I've been up there before. It's plenty big enough. I mean, y'all will love that area up there. It's nice. I'm telling y'all.
We go up there every year.
Yeah, that's my mom's favorite place to go. So my mom gets a few days or whatever. She's retired. That's where she wants to go, right to Pigeon Forge.
Hey, did y'all hear that they're reopening Ghost Town again?
I did not.
Yeah, somebody apparently bought it out, renovated it. Now, I'm not really getting my hopes up because this is like the third time this has happened. It's been rebought and sold and rebought so many times I forgot. But they seem like they're really ready this time. And the last time I've been there, I was like, I don't know, 13 years old. But that was a pretty cool place to go. I'm hoping they pull it
Yeah,
off.
I ain't been to Ghost Town since I was a kid. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been there.
Well, they shut it down for like, I don't know, 20 years, something like that. It hasn't been running for a while.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I'm 39, and like I said, I knew it was shut down for a long, long time. The last time I was there, I was a small kid.
What are y'all talking about?
Man, I have good memories and bad memories of that place. Mom scared the crap out of us because she hates heights. And, of course, you got to go up either in a rail train or up the side of a mountain. And she didn't want none of it. Well, Unfortunately, we convinced her to do it, and then on the way back down, she scared the crap out of all of us, acting like the thing was going to fall off the side of the mountain. So
What are y'all
I have
talking
good
about?
memories and bad memories of that place.
What place?
Ghost Town reopening.
Ghost Town.
Ghost.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Ghost Town in the sky?
I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Well, the reason we started talking about that is it's kind of in the Pigeon Forge area, and I heard earlier this year that somebody bought it out again for like the third time, and is actually going to try to reopen the thing. And the last
didn't Dolly Parton buy that? Didn't Dolly Parton buy it out? I know she.
You might be right.
I think she went on a tear up there and ended up buying every damn part there was and everything that got shut down or something. I remember hearing on the news, but they made a big ass statue of her out there or something for.
Yeah. It's basically a theme park on the side and top of a mountain.
Is the Dolly Parton statue anatomically correct?
Yeah, I don't know. We just have to see when we get up there, I reckon.
Yeah, we just have to find out.
For the most part, it is. For the most part, it is.
Okay.
I've seen it once.
And it's proportional?
I would say so, yes.
Okay.
I think it's a little under-exaggerated, but for the most part, yeah.
I understand. The Real
Have
Big
you seen
Lee,
the
thank
pictures
you
of
for
her
hitting the
today?
super chat, sir. The Real Big Lee says, Jesse J is the official hype man for the Slob Olympics.
Yep.
I agree.
Agreed.
Fuck it, let's do it. Fuck it. God, let's go, RODGE. It's on.
He's ready right now.
That's my boy. Lenny, get your big ass up here and ride with it. Let's go up there together, man.
We need to do something in between, not necessarily Slob Olympics, but kind of some type of other event in between, because a year in between, that's a long time.
Well, come to the Georgia Clemson game.
I might be able to make it to that.
See some real football instead of that West Virginia.
Where's that
crap
going to be
you
played
watch.
at?
Charlotte.
In Charlotte and that.
Oh, I can make it to that. Yeah.
We're going to be playing.
Have them tickets on sale, Lou? Yeah.
No. It'll probably be middle of the summer before. I mean, we're gonna have to buy them off of StubHub, So, what we're gonna do is.
Are you gonna try to buy like a big block of them or something?
Yeah.
Where they all can fit together.
Yep. Once they go up for sale on StubHub, I'm gonna figure out how much they are, and then we're gonna get together everybody that wants to go, and we can all send the money to somebody, Pete or whoever, and they can buy all the tickets at the same time, so they can get all the tickets so we can all sit in the same area,
You got my pledge right now, right here.
Yeah, just text me, let me know when they go on sale and how much they are, and I can just go ahead and pay you the money.
Yeah.
I'll probably get probably two.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do, because if everybody just goes on and buys their own ticket, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but then we're going to be all spread out once we get into the stadium, I mean, we could hang out before, but if one person just buys a block of tickets somewhere, that would be ideal. So that's what we've been talking about doing.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, yeah. They're a big casino. Let's do this, Jim. Come on. Oh, hell yeah, man. I love it if I can go up there and hang out with y'all.
Yeah.
We're not going to take part. We're going to take over.
Yes.
Right.
Ain't damn right, baby.
Right.
You know how us dogs travel?
Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina will be a sea of red, though.
And a blue dot.
I don't know. I think the Tater Man will travel pretty well to that game, too.
Oh, yeah, they will.
I think it's probably what you think. You think it'll be about 50-50, Lou? Or?
Yeah, well, the tickets initially will be split 50-50 between Clemson and Georgia fans, I'm sure, and then it's going to depend how many people from each fan base end up putting their tickets up for sale on StubHub. But I think it's going to be pretty close to 50-50.
Yes.
I got a question, Lou. Should I wear blue or should I wear gold to that game?
Black.
Yes. Yeah, you'll blend in better.
Black.
You'll be
I got
right.
you. I got you.
Don't wear
I do
orange.
actually have some
That's all I'll say.
alternate merchandise.
As
that's
long as you
black
don't wear
and gold
orange,
instead of blue and gold.
it'll be fine with me. Anything other than orange.
Well, my wife is a Clemson fan, so I do have some orange stuff, but I don't ever wear it.
I didn't know your wife was a Tater.
Yeah, I live like 10 minutes outside of Clemson, and
Yeah,
that's where she's from.
Yeah.
I drive past the stadium almost on a daily basis to commute and stuff.
Right. And of course,
it'll be interesting to see how the ukulele does, though.
Oh, he's going to do just fine. Believe that. He's going to do just fine. We have to outscore him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to.
And
do
they got
just fine.
10 of their starters coming back on defense too.
Yeah, they have a lot of people. Not a lot, but a decent amount.
They had all 11 until they
I think
kicked
it's
the one
gonna be a
guy
shootout.
off.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't know about that, actually.
Of course, doesn't matter. Actually, forget what I said. We're shutting the ukulele down because we moved our top running back recruit to cornerback last week, so we're good now.
He should be shivering in fear.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good against Notre Dame. They didn't lose because of him, that's for sure.
Oh,
imagine being so loaded with your roster that you can move a running back corner. I mean, just imagine that.
Yeah. Imagine having such a dominant pass rush that you can take your best pass rusher and move him to nickel.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Kirby Smart's playing 4D.
Yeah, it's gonna be good to see, man. I can't wait to see what the hell we got going on this year. I'm excited, man. I'm ready for it to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Kirby's world. We're just all living in it.
Right, though? He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's the smartest guy in the room, especially
Right.
when it comes to quarterbacks.
Right. The best thing the media can do is just not ask him any questions at all.
Yeah, I mean, that would just be a waste of time to ask him any tough questions.
It's been a waste of time for the last 5 years. I don't know why they haven't figured it out yet, though.
Yeah, the best thing they can do is shut the hell up and just pay attention.
So, how many of y'all three are in the tournament bracket thing that we're doing?
I don't know nothing about basketball, Lou Harley.
Yeah. Are you?
Honestly, I didn't know you were doing a bracket. I did the ESPN bracket, but I didn't know you were doing a bracket. I've been so wrapped up doing it myself that I just lost track of it, of everything.
Yeah. And you're not in it either, Caleb?
Yeah, I was gonna do it, but then it wasn't. I was having trouble with my phone, and then I never sent the PayPal. So
right.
I know I picked Gonzaga to win in one bracket. I did.
I don't know anything about basketball either. Let's see. There's 47 people in here in the bracket, and I'm in 15th place. So I'm pretty happy with that because I literally don't know anything at all about basketball. I picked very few upsets. That's always how I do these brackets because I don't follow the teams enough to. I mean, I know there's always going to be upsets, but I don't follow college basketball enough to have any idea where those upsets are going to happen. So generally, I just pick the favorite most of the time, at least until it gets down to the Sweet 16 or so, and then maybe I'll do a little different.
Yeah.
But I picked Baylor to win it all, and they're still alive, so I got a chance there. But I have 35.
Yeah, you got a bunch of points remaining though too that you can get, can't you?
Yeah, I can still get 96 more points. So I don't know. If things go well, I think I could possibly finish in the top 5. So we'll see. I have 35 points right now, and the first place person has 40. So it's not like I'm a mile behind, but
yeah.
But we'll see. Slim Shady's doing pretty good. He's tied for 3rd. Bacon Ninjet is tied for.
Oh, look at Slim now.
Bacon Ninjet is in 2nd place. She's only 1 point behind the leader. She has 39 points. The leader has 40 points.
Wow.
Bacon Ninjet. Yeah.
Bacon Ninjet, though.
This is a crazy one too, guys. Crazy. I counted 19 upsets. There has been 19 upsets. I've never seen that before.
I just get the I got the ESPN app, and the damn thing will just pop up on my phone. Oh, number 2, I just got upset by or. I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, why not add to the history of this March Madness from Corona with 19 upsets, you know?
Yeah.
Oral Roberts might
whenever
be
the brackets came out, I knew it was going to be crazy.
Oral Roberts might be my new favorite team. in basketball. They beat
Yep.
they beat Ohio State and Florida.
Yes.
I like Loyola Chicago. I think they look good, and they beat Georgia Tech Sea Dogs. His team went down, and they beat the one seed Illinois.
Yeah, one of my friends is an Illinois fan. He lives up in Illinois, and I told him, I texted him, I said, "You just got beat by an 100-year-old nun, LOL." I just had to go ahead and let him know that.
Well, if they don't win the national championship, at least they've proven they're the best team in Illinois.
They have, indeed.
Slim Shady, thank you for hitting the PayPal link, sir. I appreciate that. You're good people. I'll post the PayPal link in the chat section now for those of you that don't mind taking an extra step to donate without YouTube stealing half of it like they do on the Super Chats. Slim Shady says, why does JT Daniels look like a cross between Pee Wee Herman and Gomez Adams? I can sort of see that, Slim, but clearly,
Damn, Slim.
Clearly this is Doc Holliday. I mean, that's clearly who
That's
is.
Doc Holliday, mate.
So be careful what you say about Doc Holliday. What was that?
Can't stand the guy.
What was that disease Doc Holliday had? That coughing disease? Tuberculosis. Yeah.
No. Oh. Well, I don't personally. I don't care for the dude. He left West Virginia high and dry, and then tried to beat us while he's at Marshall. So, health-wise, I feel bad for him for that. But as far as in college football, don't really care for him much.
Who's that?
Doc Holliday. Is that who you mentioned?
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Sir, I'm talking about the real Doc Holliday.
Oh, my bad.
JT Daniels doesn't look. JT Daniels doesn't look anything. JT Daniels doesn't look anything like that coach you're talking about.
I see. I connect the dots now.
Here, let me pull up the Google machine. Okay, you see the picture of JT. You see the picture of JC Daniels there. Here's a picture of Doc Holliday. They're the same person.
Same person. Yes.
So.
That's crazy that he has that name. I didn't know that's who you were talking about, because my mind, when you say Doc Holliday, my mind goes to the guy that left West Virginia for Marshall. I wasn't even thinking about that.
And Tombstone's a great movie, by the way.
Amazing.
Oh, it's great, yeah. Top 5, baby. Top 5. He's fucking stupid. I know you had that fucking, that dude Edward on. There's a goddamn guy right down the fucking 316 down through here on a fucking scooters doing 40 miles an hour, holding up the fucking show here.
Might be Edward.
It might be, man.
Might be.
Oh, it ain't red and black. This is a big blue color.
Okay. I got you. Well, don't run anybody off the road.
No, I ain't gonna do that. He just holding up damn traffic, man.
Somebody ran Celine Driver off the road yesterday. What's that? Somebody ran Celine Driver off the road yesterday. He was in his Celine, and he had to take it into a ditch.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, he's all right, and he was able to get his car fixed pretty quick, but it's got to be scary.
Yeah, gotta be.
I can relate with him. I never had a saline, but earlier in my life, I did have a Roush, so I can definitely relate with him as far as cars go. I love the Mustang. It's one of the best cars there is.
What year Roush did you have?
2001, Stage 2.
Okay, so it had what all was on it?
Yeah.
It had stage 2. Is that the supercharger?
Yes, it had a supercharge. It had the body kit, of course, with the side pipes. It had the overhead Roush sticker on the windshield. It had
How many
a custom. It was called
How many extra horsepower did that sticker give you?
none, but it looked cool.
Okay.
But it did have a custom cold air intake, and it was called. And this is no joke. I didn't name it. This is how it came. It was called the Iceman Cold Air Intake, and that added probably another 30 horses. So I was running about 415, 420.
Yeah, I have a Roush cold air intake on mine and Roush exhaust, but that's it.
Yeah, it's got a good look to it. I was sad the day I had to sell it because it's not a very good family car, so I had to make a tough decision, and it was that was a rough day, but it was the right decision.
Yeah, you can't tote car seats.
You know me, I'm no car, no car. It's Dodge all the way for me. But I saw that one video, Lou, when you went out at night. Shit, I was like, damn, that car is pretty nice, you got.
Yeah.
I love that car.
I'm hoping to be close to, just a sniff of how successful you are, Lou, and maybe I can, go car hunting and find me another Roush. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I bought that Mustang. It was 4 years old when I bought it, so it's not like, it was $25,000. It's not like I went out and bought a $100,000 car.
Right.
Well, the good thing about your Mustang is, from what I can tell, it ain't all ragged out and trashed out. Because usually, when you go buy any kind of sports car like that, you get them and they're just they're trashed.
Yeah, I was
People
careful.
died in them and done this, done that.
I was careful about the one I bought. I wasn't gonna buy one that had been modified at all, because to me, if somebody modifies it, they modify it for a reason, and they probably
Yep.
dogged it out. And the one I bought was a one owner. The guy was like 60 years old, and he ended up trading it in on I think a Lightning, the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a one owner. The guy was old, garage kept, and it was completely stock. He hadn't done anything at all to it, so it was in good shape.
That's when you do your homework on that. Yeah. I do the same. Of course, I usually buy mine new, but if I had a Challenger probably a few years ago, and I did the same thing. It was a one owner, older gentleman. Didn't have like 4,000 or 5,000 miles on it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do your homework when you buy them cars like that.
The worst thing about the Mustang that I bought was the window tint on the back windshield was bubbling up, but I've since replaced that. But that was literally the worst thing
Same with me.
wrong with it, is that the back windshield tint needed to be replaced.
That's crazy. When I got my Roush, I had the same exact issue. The only problem was that's crazy that you said that. That was the only issue that mine had. The tint on the very back windshield was bubbling up. What all does yours have on it?
What have I done to it?
Yeah, all in all.
I put a cold air intake. I changed out the exhaust. I have iBox Sportline lowering springs. That's it as far as performance.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's all I've done to mine. I just got a cold air intake. I put the exhaust on mine too.
Oh, I did take the. It came with silver badges, so like the 5.0 on the side and the GT emblem on the back were silver. I replaced those with red 5.0 badges and a red GT emblem, and that added 15 horsepower.
There you go. Yep. I can see it.
Not as much horsepower. It didn't add as much horsepower as that Roush sticker that you said you had on the windshield of yours, but still, every little bit helps.
Well, you get you a sticker.
Like
you get you one of them damn big old wings on the back. Man, you talking about AWD bad boy? You talking about adding about another 150 horsepower, son?
Yeah, that Roush sticker added, I think it was 25 is what the dealer. He hiked up the price another $1,500 just because of the sticker.
Yeah. Rick Sanchez, no, it's a back windshield. I only drive in reverse. So it's not back glass. It's back windshield. I actually have front glass and a back windshield.
Oh.
Only drives them, yeah.
You
That's
don't
what I'm
drive
talking
yet, Caleb, right? You said you were 15, so you don't drive yet, do you?
I can if I have an adult with me, and I'll be able to drive by myself in August.
Oh, you have a learner's permit, right? That's what you have now? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. If you hit the lottery tomorrow, Caleb, what car would you buy?
Man, I'd probably get probably a Camaro.
If you hit the lottery, you would buy a $40,000 Camaro.
He's a Chevy man, Lou.
Well, then get a
Well,
then get the new Corvette.
I was just thinking, I haven't really never, you really can't, think of that kind of money. So I was just going lower than probably what I would actually do if that money was,
I would go Viper. That's my dream car.
A Viper?
Viper, yes.
Yeah.
I've loved that. I've loved the look of that thing and what it can do since I was like, I don't know, 10, 11. That was like the first car that caught my eye.
Yeah, you should see the new ones. You have to actually order them through the factory. Lou, you can actually go on Google and do the new Dodge Viper. Oh, man, them things are sweet, dude. They only come, I think they only come in 2 colors. I think it's orange and black, or maybe red and black.
Do they still have the 12-cylinder option?
Honestly, when I was just looking at them, yeah, they all come with V12s.
Okay. I didn't know if they did away with that or not.
There's some of them that's pushing like 859 to 1,000 horsepower stock.
That's crazy. How would you keep that on the road? I mean, my goodness, that's drag strip.
A Dodge Viper was the first supercar I ever rode in.
Yep, me too.
I've told this story before, but when I was in college, I worked at, hell, Caleb, you're not even going to know what this is. I worked at a movie gallery. You know what that is, Caleb?
I've heard the name, but I definitely couldn't tell you what. I definitely couldn't sit here and give you.
Caleb, this is going to.
It's actually a place you walk in and rent movies.
This is going to blow your mind, Caleb. But it used to be if you wanted to watch a movie, you had to go to a store and rent one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blockbuster.
And the 2 big ones, at least around here, were Blockbuster and Movie Gallery. And I worked at Movie Gallery. And but it was literally a store. You would walk in and you'd pay $2 or $3, and you'd rent a movie for 1 or 2 nights, and you'd go home and watch it, and then you'd have to return it to the store. This was way before Netflix. Obviously, Netflix killed all that off. But I worked at this movie gallery a couple of years in college, and there was this guy that would come in every Friday night, and he would rent like five movies every Friday night. And he drove a Viper. And one Sunday I was working, so he would rent the movies on Friday, return them on Sunday. One Sunday I was working, there was nobody in the store. It was me and another person working. And he pulled up right out front. He didn't even park. He just parked on the curb in his Viper. And I was staring and drooling at it like I always did. And he came in to drop the movies off. And he was a real nice guy. I mean, I'd got to know him pretty well from coming in there every weekend. And I finally asked him about it, or I brought it up somehow, and he was talking to me about the car, and he was like, "You want to go for a ride?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" And obviously he didn't let me drive it, but yeah, so I went out there and got in the car, and he took me for a ride around town about 10 minutes and brought me back. It was the first supercar I'd ever been in.
Nice.
Nice, man.
It was a late 90s
I've
model.
only driven
Yeah,
one car.
I think that thing was tiny inside too, wasn't it?
Oh, teeny tiny. I had never been in anything even close. I mean, at that time, I had never been in a Corvette. A Mustang was the only even sports car I'd ever even been in up to that point in my life. So riding around in that thing, man, I thought I was something.
Have you ever driven a car that scared you?
He's a big Ford person like you are, Mustangs, and he's like them. They're 7 feet fucking tall, and it's hilarious to watch him get out of that damn car every time. I said, "Don't you think you need a truck?" I gotta keep my Mustangs. And I'm like, "All right, man." I mean, it's like it's. I mean, watching him getting out of that car is a complete clusterfuck, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It'd be like me trying to get in that damn Mustang and my ass trying to get out of it.
Y'all ever driven a supercar?
I've rode in one, never driven.
No, like I said, I had a Challenger a while back.
The closest thing that I've done, and I was going to ask you if you've ever driven anything that actually scares you. I've never driven a supercar, but I went to church. This was about 15 years ago, and the song leader had this 5.0 that he had just poured money into. He's pushing like 620. He brought it to church every single time. Well, I finally bought my Roush. He's like, hey, why don't you try this? This has a little more juice to it. I was like, all right. I got in that thing. That thing legitimately scared me. It had the Cobra clutch, so the clutch was completely different from what I was used to. So even changing gears was rough.
What'd you say it was? A Cobra Mustang?
5.0 Fox body.
Oh, I thought you said it was a Cobra.
No, it was much more quicker than a run-of-the-mill Cobra.
My
he put
dad
a lot of stuff into that thing.
Wait, a stock 5.0 was much quicker than a Cobra?
No. I said Fox body 5.0. He had put a lot of money into it, though.
Well, Fox body is just a body style.
Yeah, well, that's just what we called it.
Okay. Yeah, my dad had an 87 Fox body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
He put the Cobra clutch in there.
How many horsepower? How many
pushing
horsepower?
620.
How many horsepower did that clutch add?
Nothing, but it was able to do quick change for the short shifter he put in there.
Okay.
So he's basically turning it into a race car. So the clutch allowed you to shift the gears super quick,
right,
along with the short shifter he put in there.
Hey, Lou, I know me and you around the same age. You remember back in the day, I remember when I saw one for the first time, I thought it was the coolest damn thing I ever saw. Because I have a few uncles who were in law enforcement or whatever. And the Georgia State Patrol had them damn old square body Mustangs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they would get you too.
I saw one time. Them things were bad, dude. I was like, man, that is the coolest damn thing ever. You saw a Mustang as a police car.
Yeah.
It was a Georgia State Patrol, you know?
Yeah. The fastest car I've ever driven is a Ferrari F430 Spider. And that
Dang.
you don't even have to. You can just sit in that car and crank it up, and it just does something to you. It's hard to describe.
Wow.
My brother-in-law used to have one. He's since sold it, but we called it the Batmobile. It was black. It looked a lot like this one I have on the screen here. It seemed like his had some kind of yellow. It seemed like his had more yellow accents on it. I don't know, but that was a badass car.
I got a question for you, Lou. So I grew up in the era where the movies Fast and the Furious first came out. So people were putting, superchargers, NOS, all that stuff. Have you ever been in a car where a dude hit the NOS?
No.
I have. Now that will scare you. It's almost like you're being shot out of a cannon. You're already doing. I think we were doing like 50 already. He hit that NOS. We went from 40 to like 70 or 80 in like a second.
Yeah.
I've never. It literally feels like you're being shot out of a cannon.
I've known. I've never been in a car that had that. I've known some people that have over the years that have done that to their car. You know, the dumbest thing about I did like the first Fast and the Furious movie. I thought it was a good movie, but now they done made 9 of them, and it's just ridiculous. But the whole craze about buying a $14,000 or $12,000 Honda Civic and putting a whale tail on it and a Folgers can over the exhaust pipe and putting riding.
I know. That shit irritates the hell out of me, man. I don't know about y'all, but I hate it when I'm riding down the road, one of them damn yang cars pulls up beside you. Dang. You're like, get that piece of shit off the road.
I just think it looks ridiculous. And they put like these riding lawnmower tires. I mean, the smallest tires you've ever seen on some of these things. It's so strange looking. Let me,
they brought back the Supra.
do what?
they brought back the Supra.
Oh, well, thank God. There's probably people lined up outside the Toyota dealership right now waiting on that, isn't there?
Shit, Lou, we got to go get one. Hell, we got to be a part of the crowd, you know.
I saw one in Atlanta. I saw one in Atlanta.
Was there a bunch of people demanding that they bring back the Supra?
Oh yeah, that was whenever they got rid of it for the Celica. That almost started a war.
When they got rid of the Celica,
I mean, it was crazy.
When they got rid of the Celica, it almost started a war. Yeah?
No, the Supra.
Oh, but you said the Celica. Okay. Acura tried to bring back the NSX, and what a dud that was. Nobody bought it. And it looks terrible. I would rather have the old NSX from the 90s. It looks better than the new one they put out. Have y'all seen that thing?
I agree.
Yeah.
It's ugly as hell. Let me see if I can find a picture of that.
One of my friends actually had one of those, and when they brought that back, of course, it was majorly hyped, and we were all excited and stuff, and it was just like a big letdown. I was like, what in the world? Like, I didn't even know what I was looking at.
Yeah, it looks like
I know
dollar store Audi or something. I don't know. I don't like them. Now the old ones, like
I remember
the ones from the 90s, I like those.
There was a guy I went to high school with. He, Lou, I know you probably heard of him, but I haven't seen him. I remember when it was called the Dodge Talon.
Yep.
When he came out, and that was a sweet ride, man. I remember him rolling up in that damn thing. It was gold and black. It was like a 6-speed, and it was a pretty sharp car, man. Back then.
Hey, is it just me, or does it seem like every year that they're trying to make the Corvette look more similar to the Viper? Like, it seems like every year the body style that they're trying to go in the direction that the Viper's in.
Well, when the new ones now that are mid-engine, I mean, they look like an Italian supercar now. To me, they look like Ferraris and Lambos and.
Yeah, I was gonna say them are getting more like McLarens and Ferraris and Lambos this year.
I like the new. A lot of like Corvette enthusiasts, like people who have always been Corvette guys, don't like the new one, and I get it because it is a radical change. I mean, you go to a mid-engine car. I mean, of course, it's going to be a big change. But it's not that I've never liked Corvettes. I'm not a Corvette nut, so I don't have the attachment like to the old school style of Corvette or whatever. But I like the new Corvette. I think they look good. Remember how mad people got when Corvette went away from the circular taillights?
Yes. Yep.
People lost their mind. Oh my God!
I wasn't that mad.
They literally put out a car.
They
literally put out a car one year that was basically the same car as the year before, but it didn't have circular taillights anymore, and they had always had and people just lost their. Or the first Corvette that came out that didn't have flip-up headlights, and people just lost their mind.
The circular lights, that one bothered me. I wasn't mad, but it did bother me because to me that was one of its recognizable features. So it kind of threw me off. I wasn't mad, but it threw me off.
Yeah. I don't know.
People take their cars serious though, especially classics that they grew up with. You change anything that's recognizable, they're going to flip on you.
I've just, I've always liked Mustangs because my dad had one when I was a kid. But maybe it's because I'm not into cars in general enough. Maybe I don't know what it is, but I've never had an attraction to like old classic cars. Like these people, there's people that like their dream car is like a 1975 Corvette or something, or like a 1968 Mustang or whatever. I've just never, you know what it is? I think I enjoy too much the creature comforts that come with a newer car. I like a nice radio that works and cold air conditioning and comfortable seats and anti-lock brakes and so I don't know the older now when I see one riding down the road, I'm like, oh, look at that, this guy's done restored an old Mustang, that looks cool. But as far as doing that myself or owning like a quote unquote vintage car like that, I don't have any interest in that at all. I know a lot of people do, but I would like to have maybe one day I graduated high school in '96, so I was learning how to drive in the early to mid '90s, and that was when I kind of first started paying attention to cars. So I wouldn't mind maybe when I'm older and can afford it or whatever, having like some kind of great car from that point in time, like my high school years, getting some kind of a mid or late '90s Viper, or some kind of a mid or late '90s Mustang, or something like that from my high school years. But as far as going back to like the '60s, '70s, stuff like that, I think I enjoy too much of the modern stuff of cars, I think, to be riding around in an old car like that. I don't know. I know a lot of people are into it though.
I agree with you. I do. That's why I said, if I had the money, I would seriously go after another Roush, because that's the car that I basically got out of high school in. But if I got it, of course, I'd want the stage 3 with all the bells and whistles. But I don't understand the infatuation with, say, a Stingray. I don't think the Stingray looks good or anything like that. So people that are infatuated with the old Stingrays baffles me. I just don't think that car looks good at all.
I have an uncle that has some year in the '70s. I don't know what year it is. Stingray. It's mustard yellow. It's the ugliest. It's the ugliest thing you've ever seen. But he's, this guy, in the last 40 years, I bet he hadn't put 500 miles on that thing. I mean, he's that type of, he's the guy on Sunday afternoon, he's out in his driveway wiping it down with a diaper. He's that guy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just, I can't, I can't do that. Like, even my Mustang, when I first got the Mustang, I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest car ever. And I went and I bought all the shit to wash it myself and all that. That lasted about 2 months. Then I went straight back to the car wash place, joined the unlimited membership, and once a week now I just drive it through the car wash. Like, cars just aren't that, I love, a lot of people think I'm like some big car guy just because I have a Mustang. And I know a lot of people that are really into cars. They get Mustangs because they're real easy to mod and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a car guy. My dad had a Mustang when I was a kid. And at the time, to me, at 7 or 8 years old, that thing was a race car. And I just thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen when I was a kid. And I told myself, I'm going to have one day. And as soon as my kids got old enough where they didn't have to be in an SUV, or we didn't have to tote car seats in and out and all that, I went out and got one. But I'm not a car guy. I see a Mustang riding down the road, one of these 70s. I can't tell you what year it is. You got some people that'll say, oh, that's a 1968 and a half, blah, 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 with this engine and yada this and that. And I don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, my dad's that way. He knows a lot about them.
Jeff Webster said he had something with a tri-stage rear turn signal. That had to add at least 50 horsepower there.
What?
Yeah, Raj, I'm gonna get on out of here, guys.
Right,
I'm at the yard here. I'm gonna drop my damn trailer and go get this other load. And, but yeah, when you get that nailed down, man, just text me or call me and let me know, okay?
Will do. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yes, you're right.
All right, y'all have a good one. Raj, people.
See you, bud.
Later. Jesse J. You know
Right.
what?
Great dude.
When he texted me yesterday that he was coming on, I said, there's one question I want to ask this guy. And of course, I remember it as soon as he hangs up. Do you think there's anybody that doesn't like Jesse?
No
I
way.
would. There is, man.
And I'm not even just
really-
talking about in around this YouTube thing we have. I just, like, imagine being Jesse's neighbor. Like, I don't know who Jesse's neighbor is, but I have a pretty good feeling that Jesse's neighbor likes Jesse. Or whatever. It just, like, it seems like Jesse's the type of guy that knows everybody everywhere he goes, Like, it seems like Jesse walks into the convenience store and has a 5-minute conversation with the cashier every time he's there. Doesn't he just seem like that kind of guy?
Yeah.
I agree. I would say if you don't like Jesse, then you're one of those type of people that just don't like life in general. I mean, you just have to be one of those, disgruntled people that's miserable.
just hate-
You're just
Yeah.
miserable.
And I liked him from the time I first found him on YouTube or however all that started. But after hanging out with him for that weekend in Atlanta, I was like, my God, this guy. I mean, he's he's just a really nice guy and so much fun to be around too. I said right after the Slob Olympics, if I could go back to my early 20s and pick anybody on YouTube to go for a week's like spring break trip to Panama City or whatever, I would take RODGE. It just seems like he would be so much fun to just be like he's fun wherever he goes. It seems like to me. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people that don't like me. I have that kind of personality or whatever. But it just seems like I can't imagine somebody meeting Jesse and then going, I don't like that guy. I can't imagine. I don't like that guy. I can't imagine that.
He was the one that immediately made me feel welcome. Like nobody was mean. I mean, it was a family. It was a family atmosphere in the sense that we all felt connected as a YouTube family. But he was the guy that like kind of helped me. Well, besides Sea Dog, he helped me with the room and all that stuff. But he was the guy that kind of settled my nerves and let me know, hey, we're all human. We're going to have fun. Everybody's welcome type of thing. Cause, I was nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was nervous going down there.
Yeah, man, I feel like I was welcomed in just being a listener and just being a spectator. So it was awesome, man.
Yeah, it was
a great experience.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next one. It is going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait for the game. That's going to be fun. And I ain't got a dog in the fight.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun.
Georgia game. Yeah. There's a bunch of people. This is something me and Pete started talking about, I don't know, about 6 months ago or so. We were like, yeah, Georgia and Clemson, we ought to, me and you should go to the game. We're like, yeah. And then one or two people in the comments section were like, well, let me know when y'all get ready to buy tickets. I'd love to go up there with y'all too. And so it's kind of turned into a big thing. Now there's probably been 15 or 20 people who have said, yeah, I want to go to that game too. Let me know when y'all get ready to buy tickets. Once it comes time to buy the tickets and we see how expensive there are, maybe there ends up not being 15 or 20 people who go, but
I think there will be.
But I think that could be a lot of fun too. Go up there. The game will be at night, I'm pretty sure. I know Charlotte's about a 2.5 hour ride for me. I could leave in the morning, be up there by lunchtime, hang out outside the stadium, or I don't know what the tailgating situation is at that Charlotte stadium because I've never been there, but, hang out all day outside the stadium and go in and watch the game. I hope we can get a big group of people to go. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I might have to consider going, man, because I've never been to a Georgia game, so what a better first than a neutral site.
Yes, absolutely. I got a question for you, Lou. So, one of my big-time goals as far as whenever I started this YouTube channel is eventually, of course, I want to be able to quit my job, all that stuff. But what I want to do is I want to be able to go to as many college football venues, basketball, whatever. So I was going to ask you, I'm not talking about this year, but maybe in the near future. So I've been talking to some of my friends, and actually one of them has a cabin up 40 minutes out of Morgantown. Do you think you would ever be interested in seeing a game in Morgantown?
I'm interested in seeing a game everywhere.
I can hook you up.
I tried to go to a game in Morgantown last November, and they canceled it.
Which game was that? Oh, the Oklahoma game.
Yeah, Oklahoma game. Because I was up there. I wasn't in Morgantown. I was in, where was I? Where's Marshall?
Huntington.
I was in Huntington.
Yeah.
You're in the bad part of the state.
And I know Morgantown's a long way from there. Like Huntington's down south, and Morgantown's basically in Pennsylvania. But I was going to go to that. I looked around. When I knew I was going to West Virginia for Thanksgiving, I started looking at teams around there. Marshall didn't have a home game. Ohio State was supposed to have an away game. It ended up getting canceled, but the closest stadium to where I was at that was having a home game was Morgantown. They were hosting West Virginia, and me and my son were going to go. And I purposely didn't buy tickets ahead of time because they were canceling so many games. And I had already last season, I bought tickets. I don't know who even remembers this. I had bought tickets to, I think it was Tennessee versus Kentucky. in Knoxville. I bought me and BVD tickets to that game, and I was going to pick BVD up, and me and him were going to go to the Tennessee-Kentucky game just because I'd never been to a game in Knoxville. I bought tickets on StubHub, and they ended up canceling that game and moving it to like the third weekend in December, and I couldn't go the third weekend in December. So I was stuck with tickets to a game that I couldn't go to. I ended up giving them away to Trucker Tim. If y'all ever see him in the comments section, I ended up giving him the 2 tickets because I couldn't go to the game. And so I didn't want to make that same mistake. So I said, well, I'm not going to buy the tickets. I'll wait till I get up there. And if it's Friday and they say they're still playing the game, then I'll buy tickets. And thank God I did that because they ended up canceling the game.
Yeah, especially last year. Last year was crazy.
Yep.
So how about this? Our plan, we already have our plan. I don't know what your schedule or whatever situation will look like, but we have a plan. We're going to the Texas-West Virginia game. So if you can see, if you're open, make sure Georgia's not playing anybody, that you need to watch or anything like that. I don't want to screw that up for you.
When is that? Not this year, right?
West Virginia, Texas?
Yeah. When are you talking about me coming to a West Virginia game? Because I probably can't go to that game this year. If I go to the Georgia-Clemson game, I probably won't go to another game this year.
Okay, well then I'll if you want to do the year after that, then I definitely want to do West Virginia, Oklahoma then.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to go to that game. That'd be a lot of fun. Is that game always played Thanksgiving weekend? Like it was supposed to?
The Big 12 is no, it's not. Short answer, no.
Okay, good. Because
a lot of people think that Bedlam is played the same week and all that stuff, but it's not.
Under normal conditions, it would probably be impossible for me to go to a Thanksgiving game in Morgantown because I have family here that I have to spend Thanksgiving with. Just so happened this last year we spent Thanksgiving with my wife's family, with Mrs. Lou's family in West Virginia. That's why I was up there. But so, it would depend on when it was. But I would love to see a game. And they sing the thing every game, right? That's not something they only do for big games or something, right? So if I go to a West Virginia game, they do the thing where they sing the song. What is Country Roads? If
we win.
Oh,
we sing Country Roads after a home win.
Oh, shit. Do I really want to go see them play Oklahoma then? Y'all have never beat them?
Let's see. I can get Kansas or TCU. We can do that if you want to sing.
Yeah, there you go.
The tickets would probably be cheaper too, but y'all haven't beat Oklahoma yet. Not since maybe you beat them a long time ago, but not since being in the Big 12. Yeah. And
you are correct, sir.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't.
So you want to sing Country Roads? You know what? I'll keep that in mind. Now we're going down a road. Now we're going in a direction that really can play into a factor. Of course, I have the mentality we can beat anybody, but Oklahoma were on a very long losing streak. So I'll try to pick a game that I know is going to be, number one, packed out, and number two, pretty sure we're going to win. If I can get a Kansas home game, we're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could even practice our Country Roads.
Oh, yeah. It's a crazy thing. 60,000 people singing Country Roads after a home win. It's very different. It's very different. Even as a West Virginia fan, the first time I did it, it was like, wow. I knew we did it. I heard it on TV, all that stuff, but being there in person is completely different.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yep. I can imagine.
I would imagine it's like that with a lot of Georgia, like our fight song, for instance. When a touchdown happens, they play I imagine the experience is different than just hearing it on TV, obviously.
Well, a big part of what people like about college football is the traditions that are involved in it, like the dog walk at Georgia, or singing Country Roads after a win at West Virginia, all those kinds of things. So, it's and I say this all the time. I mean, yeah, Georgia is my favorite team. There's no question about that. But I'm a college football fan. I would love to see a West Virginia home game that they win and be in the crowd and sing Country Roads at the end. I would love to go to a Michigan-Ohio State game at the Big House or the Horseshoe or whatever it's called. I would love to go to a Texas-Oklahoma game at the State Fair. I mean, if you're a college football fan, these are like bucket list type
But yeah,
things
type
to do. You know, I mean,
yeah,
I'd
I would
love to do that. I still
mean,
want to
even
do.
the,
I want to go one year, and this is going to have to be way down the road when my kids are probably out of college, because it'll be that long before I can afford it. I'd love to stay on the road the entire football season one year and go to all 12 Georgia games, and then on their off week or whatever, go to some other game wherever I happen to be. I would love to do that. Go to every game one year. I mean, the list of things I wish I could do is a mile long, but.
You think the way I do, Lou. That's exactly how I feel, and that's like my dream goal is to get to as many venues and experience as many fan bases, tailgating, traditions, all that stuff as much as possible. That's really one of my main goals. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know much about this YouTube thing until my brother, the first sports YouTube show that I saw was yours. He said, "You got to see this guy. I think you could do something like this." And whenever I watched that first time of you, I was like, man, this is a dream. I was watching your show, and I'm like, I'm literally watching a dream that I've had right in front of my face.
You see this, man, this crazy guy's yelling into his phone. I think I can do that too.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Nobody does
it doesn't
quite,
really.
quite
It
as good
doesn't.
as Lou, though.
Well, but personality is one thing, but it's as far as starting a YouTube channel, it doesn't really require any special training, skills, or ability. You know what I mean? I tell people will email me all the time. Hey, I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel. What kind of camera do you have? What kind of computer do you have? I said, forget all that. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, just start a YouTube channel and start making videos. You know, everyone has a cell phone. For 4 years, I think that's all I had. Every video I did for the first 3 or 4 years was nothing but a cell phone. I recorded it on a cell phone. I edited it on a cell phone, and I uploaded it on a cell phone. Now, obviously, the videos now are different because I've, over the years, I mean, I got $10,000 worth of crap out here, but I didn't sit down and go, I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Let me go buy $10,000 worth of computers and cameras and lenses and microphones and all this kind of stuff. I mean, the average person can't afford to do that. Lord knows I couldn't. Even now that I do YouTube full time, if for some reason all of this stuff got taken away from me tomorrow, I couldn't go out and rebuy all this stuff the next day. I mean, so I feel like a lot of people wait and wait and wait because they see somebody on YouTube, whether it's me or somebody else, and they're like, well, if he's got this, and this, I can't start a YouTube channel unless I have all that. And that's just not true. Some of the most popular channels on all of YouTube do no editing, no fancy cameras or lighting or none of that. Your personality is the most important thing when it comes to YouTube. I could spend $1 million on a studio. If I have a potato personality, nobody's going to watch. You know what I mean?
And I can tell when people can tell when you watch your videos that you're just being you. Like if you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, don't try to come up with something fake that you're forcing yourself to do. Just be you. And KleinMaster, that app is my best friend because I'm still in the position you were whenever you were using your cell phone. That's what I use right now. And that app is so easy. Yep. It's not the greatest editing tool in the world, but it's easy.
That's what I used. I used the free version for probably 2 or 3 years, and then eventually I was like, okay, I guess I'll pay the $12.99 or whatever and buy the full version. But that's all
I'm at the free right now.
That's all I used, and that's all you need. The biggest mistake people make is, listen, every day you don't upload a video is every day somebody's not finding you on YouTube. I mean, that's what I tell people. And honestly, people now have a way bigger advantage than people had when I first started because the community as a whole is just way bigger now.
Yeah.
When I first started, there was people like Law Tide and BVD. They were already doing it, but the community around it wasn't nearly what it is now. And that's not because they weren't making good videos. It's just the number of people who were watching college football on YouTube 9 years ago wasn't nearly the number of people that's watching it now, and now, mainly because of live streaming, this entire college football community like almost everybody knows everybody else. So if you start a channel today,
Yeah.
it's not that you can get to 1,000 subscribers relatively quickly compared to how it used to be, just by kind of making the rounds on you know, everyone else's channel that's already doing it. I don't remember how long it took me to get to 1,000 subscribers, but it was years. Years.
It took me a year and a half.
I wonder if there's a way to look that up. Like, is there a? Oh, wait a minute. You know, I think I do know somebody a site that
A
does
tracker
that.
on your studio should be able to do that, right?
I think Social Blade will tell me too. Let me look.
But I'm glad you said that last phrase, because it took me a year and a half to get to 1,000, but it would have been 3 or 4 years had I not connected with you. Pigskin Pete, BVD, you know, the list goes on. So that statement that you made about community is 100% correct. And there's so many YouTubers out there now. That's why it's so important to be you, because, you know, you could just, you know, blend in and kind of be okay. But if you're not you, then there's nothing to separate you from anybody else.
Right.
You got to have something, just something to separate yourself.
Yes, you got to definitely have that personality, because I've been watching Uncle Lou for a while, man, and I show people all the time, and I say, look at this guy, man. He's, you know, and they're surprised, obviously, by the personality. But if you have that personality that jumps out at people, you know, you're gonna attract viewers, obviously.
Oh yeah, and even that's why I did a thank you video to all the guys that thought of the slobs, because I was inching my way towards 1,000. I think I was at like 953 the day before, and boom, everybody let me. You know, they shouted me out. They had me on their videos, and I hit 1,000 like that weekend. Like, that was the biggest jump I've ever had. It was amazing.
I enjoy watching your stuff, man.
Well, I appreciate that. And actually, the funny thing is, as far as the format that I'm running on, like right now, as far as the videos every day, that came off of a dare from my brothers, because in the beginning, I ran off of Wi-Fi, so I was taking forever to upload. I was lucky if I could get out a video, you know, once every 4 or 5 days, whatever. Well, I switched over to unlimited data, and it came off of there. They were like, I bet you can't do, I know you talk about it every day, but I bet you can't do an actual video every day on, you know, college football and basketball, because I do basketball too. And about, I don't know, 300 days later, 300 days straight, here we are.
Awesome, man. I mean, a lot of people, I think a lot of people take for granted the hard work it takes to put out a video every day.
Yeah, and it can be draining, and some days are much more busier than the others. And I've been tempted to, you know, kind of backload and then just, you know, take a few days off and just upload the ones I've already done. But there's seriously too much going on to have to do that. You can literally put something out every day and it be interesting.
Yeah, I see Big Dog Brett's in the chat. Good morning, sir.
How's that elbow, Big Dog Brett? Is it healing?
I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find.
That trophy is mine.
I can't find when I hit a.
How long have you been going, Lou? Like 7 years? I think is what you said.
I think I started in 2013.
It's so funny to go back and watch the old videos, man. Yeah, Uncle Lou here.
Oh man, I went back and watched one of my first few. I was like, oh my gosh. But I'm leaving them up. But it's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, mine are terrible. They're not even sports
it's related.
Not good. They're I make jokes now about my videos being unwatchable. My old videos were legitimately unwatchable. Let's see my first video.
I'm still not out of the woods. I still have videos. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I uploaded my first video on May 12th, 2014.
Nice.
So almost 7 years ago.
Mine was in August of 2018.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find how long it took me to hit 1,000 subscribers, but I don't know how to look that up.
2019. My bad, 2019.
Yeah, especially like the ones where he was talking to DirecTV about the SEC Network. I'm having that same sort of issue with Dish Network. So the Braves and the Hawks come on Fox Sports South. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but so basically they're losing. Basically, no streaming service or any cable company has it except for Cox and Direct and AT&T TV now. And man, it's just impossible to find anything that streams the Braves and Hawks network. And I'm a huge Braves, Hawks, Georgia, and Falcons fan. So I mean, I want to be able to watch all of them, and I'm missing out on the Hawks and probably going to miss out on the Braves. So
I got a question for you, Caleb. So do you have a channel right now?
I don't.
Start it up this week, okay? Don't put it off anymore. Start it off this week, and you know you have a nice community that's going to boost you. You got a good setup going on. So I know you want to. I know it's nervous, but just do it. Do it this week.
I might have to take you up on that, man, because I've always had an interest in sports in general, especially like commentating. I was thinking about doing a minor in communications or something in college. Maybe take a broadcasting pathway.
And download KlineMaster. It's super easy. It puts out quality videos. There's better apps out there and stuff, but for people to start, I still use it. I've been going a year and a half. I still use the free version. I haven't even upgraded yet, so it's easy, and I think we can get you to 100 within a week. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome, and I could even use StreamYard for potential streams.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My brother finally set up Streamlabs, which is whenever you're able to screen share with your audience. And even though he lives in West Virginia, he can log in, and I can do the commentating or whatever, and he can pull up the stuff. That way I can focus on what I'm trying to say instead of trying to look up stuff.
Yeah.
Figure it out, Lou?
No.
What happened? Did it crash?
No, I don't know where. I'm trying to find somewhere that'll show me when I hit 1,000 subscribers, but I can't find. I don't know where to look. I can't find it anywhere.
What about YouTube Studio? Does it
I looked
keep
around
track
there.
from way?
I didn't see it.
That's weird. All right. I took a screenshot of mine, so I got mine timestamped.
Total subscribers.
If I remember correctly, Lou, I believe it was the 2016 area. 2020. It was somewhere around there, I believe.
That's crazy.
I found something on Social Blade, but it only goes back 3 years. In February of 2018, I had 8,000 subscribers. So that was 3 years ago.
Yes.
So in the last 3 years,
I remember when I saw you were at like right under 20,000 or something like that. I know you were in the teens whenever I first saw you. I think that was back in, I don't know, mid 2019, something like that. You might have been in the 20s. I don't know, but you've definitely busted open.
Yeah, in fact, February 2018 was a month after Georgia had made it to the national title. Man, I'm sure that was awesome with your team succeeding so well, being on a trash talk channel.
Yeah. That's the only thing about my channel is I'm behind the 8 ball with West Virginia.
I had a little bit of luck because about the time I started taking this thing seriously was 2015, and then we had a couple of terrible losses that year, and so those videos did real well. We got blown out by Alabama, and then we lost to Tennessee in the game where Nick Chubb blew his knee out, and then of course or was that 2014? And then 2015 was the year Mark Richt ended up getting fired, and
and then 15 was also Alabama, and I'll never forget in your car, Alabama 100 and something, UGA 10.
Yeah.
You know, that video was very memorable.
Yeah.
Memorable.
I was about to cry in that video, and you can hear the raindrops hitting the windshield, and it was like, God, this guy's miserable.
It was just that.
Yeah, people
Man,
legitimately
I
felt bad
watching
for
that
him.
game. So you see, I felt bad for you and myself. I remember watching that game, sitting there, man, and you see the pregame, you see Mark Rick and all the guys rocking the bus. You're thinking, man, here we go. You know, and about halftime, it's just people are leaving. And I mean,
Yeah.
it was so depressing.
And then 3 weeks later, the exact same thing happened. We lost to Tennessee. I was actually out of town that weekend in Gatlinburg. No, I was in Helen, Georgia. And same thing. It was raining. And I went out and sat in my car and did the post-game Tennessee loss video. And it's basically the same thing, just replace Alabama with Tennessee. Miserable. Anyway, I got to get out of here, guys. It's after 10 o'clock. I do appreciate both of you coming on, though. Y'all subscribe to Gold and Blue Dude if you're not already. Just type in Gold and Blue Dude in the YouTube search bar. You'll find he's a West Virginia fan, talks a lot of college football and college basketball. So you guys make sure you check him out. Try to support. You know, these people don't have to come on this morning show. You know, they could easily be doing something else. Gold and Blue Dude could be doing a video for his own channel right now, but he chooses to come on here. So you guys support the people that help make this show what it is. So you guys check him out, Gold and Blue Dude.
I may start a channel. I'll be keeping everybody up to date with that. Lou, I was going to tell you before we get out of here, I can be on the Lunch Money Show anytime if y'all want to guess.
Okay, yeah, we don't really schedule those ahead of time, but next time we ask for somebody to call in and you're in the comment section, just we'll get you to call in.
All right, will do.
All right, guys, I appreciate y'all coming on. We'll talk to you soon.
All righty.
Thank you, Lou.
All right, buddy.
See you, man.
Yes, sir. All right, shout out again to Caleb and Gold and Blue Dude for coming on the show this morning, and we can't forget RODGE, Jesse J. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you for coming on. Bacon Ninjet, thank you for hitting the super chat this morning. He says, I went to Helen, Georgia on vacation. It's awesome. Yeah, I've been there several times. When you live where I live, if you want to go stay in the mountains for the weekend, that's the closest place to go. It's not as, you know, I do think Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge is obviously places in Tennessee and North Carolina and on up that are much more well-known for their mountains. But in terms of Georgia, Helen is about the best we have. And it is a lot of fun there. They do the Oktoberfest there every year, which is a lot of fun. That's what we were up there for during that Tennessee game, was we actually went up there for Oktoberfest. But, yeah, a lot of fun there. Not nearly as big as Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg, but a lot of fun. Thank you for supporting small business, Bacon Ninja. I'm going to start saying that. Instead of thank you for the super chat, I'm going to say thank you for supporting small business. I see people typing on Facebook all the time about how important small business is. I couldn't agree more. You should do everything you can to support small business. Stop shopping at Walmart. Start super chatting Uncle Lou. No, I'm just kidding. Appreciate all y'all tuning in, though. No morning show tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. No live shows tomorrow. I will be back on tonight at 10 o'clock for the college football call-in show. I'm not sure why I have to keep explaining this over and over, but the Tuesday night show is the college football show. The morning show and the lunch money show, not college football shows. Sometimes we talk about college football, but we talk about whatever we want to on those shows. The Tuesday night show, 100% college football 100% of the time. Check that out tonight, 10 p.m. It's a call-in show. You can give me a call. Tell me what you want to talk about, and I'll be happy to talk about it. All right, hope you guys enjoy your Tuesday, and I'll see you again real soon. Have a good morning.